The first step to creating this table setting is to lay down a long piece of fabric. We use a microfiber here, which is an ultra suede. It's actually the similar fabric to what we use for our lovebaby nursing shawls because it's machine washable, dryer safe, and it just looks great even without ironing. So you lay that down across the table. We've actually put two tables together here, just as you can see, it's a pretty long one. And don't worry about the edges. If they're too long, basically just fold them up and then just roll underneath so that you create a smooth finish here. And if you buy it directly off the bolt, it doesn't matter if it's got that little bit of a jagged edge here because it'll still look uniform once it lays across the entire length of the table. The second step of the table setting is to lay down some boxes or essentially anything that's going to give you height and that's a stable surface that you can put food trays on. So we've used a couple boxes here. They're about a 12 by 10 by 6, and the middle one is about a 12 by 10 by 12 height. But again, you can use a stack of books or really anything that's going to support the weight of a platter of food. Next comes the fun part. We bought some simple crushed velvet. We have some here in this gold color. It's real thin. Just buy it straight exactly as it is off of the roll. We also have this blue. Now because this dining room has the blue chairs, so we're going to go with the blue and the brown. So first I just lay the fabric straight over the boxes, and then later you take your fabric and you kind of drape it neatly all around the boxes so that you've got a little bit of dimensionality in between and you can sort of see the shapes. You can always fold the edges of the fabric underneath because God knows we don't have time to do any hemming. There's that. Again, just sort of cover that up. Obviously, we're going to be using more fabric on the other side of this table, but for now, this is the general picture of how it ends up looking. So we now have the table set with all the boxes, with the microfiber, and then with the crushed velvet on top. Keep in mind that all of the little edges should fold in so that it looks nice and finished. The next step is to put little votive holders sort of around the table, just in various spots where they won't really be interfering with the food platters, but so that there's a little bit of ambiance. Just make sure that when you put down your votive holders, you make sure that the fabric around them is far away enough where it doesn't catch on fire. Not a good idea. Next, I like to take these little stones that I buy at the 99-cent store or any dollar store and just sprinkle them around. So now we've set down all of our stones, and this is a really fun part. If you've got older kids and they want to help out, you can have them put down the stones. There's really no right or wrong way to do it, just sort of around the votives or along the length of the table. Anything will do. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Try to imagine the table with maybe nachos and chips and dips and all sorts of drinks and such that you can put out on the higher pieces of the tablecloth, and then of course things that you can put all around. So essentially maybe a vegetable platter and then various dips underneath it. It's really open to anything that you'd like to serve for the holiday.